and also provide a general outlook on what I think leadership is and what it arises from discussion. So the aims of the dissertation, one, to highlight the practical aspects of teaching leadership here in ASE. I told you, I'll focus on aspects such as emotional intelligence and also on the very importantly the students' contributions to this topic, because the module ends in they have to do a presentation on an example of leadership. So this is a way of finding out what their interests are, what they think about, what they think leadership is, what inspires them today, a kind of way of finding out things about students, what inspires them. Also, I will compare the topics chosen by them a little bit, and at the end, as I told you, to provide a general outline of the qualities of the leader. In terms of methodology, I've chosen to look at case studies, so it's rather practical rather than theoretical. It's based on case studies, on video comprehension. I stress this a lot in the lessons. I was also lucky to have the technology available in the room, so I could fully make use of this the last semester. And as I said in the thesis, leadership cannot be pinned down to a stable set of concepts. It's rather about recipes of what each author and what each person believes leadership to be. So these are the contents of the thesis, the introductory lessons. We'll go through that. Evaluating the students' leadership projects and the qualities of the leader. Right, so this is an excerpt from what I choose to do in the classroom. This book by Atkinson, and we do a bit of brainstorming first, because I want to find out what they actually think about this. When they read something like, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, shows the way, I want to hear some input from them, and then we focus on these four introductory qualities: integrity, trust, empathy, and empowerment. Ask them what they think they mean, and then we go through some other concepts. What we also focus on in this introductory lesson is emotional intelligence. Very important. It's very important, I tell them, to know how to read the room in whatever context you may be, in whatever communication context you may find yourself. So first, according to Caruso and Salovey, you identify emotions. Why? Because emotions contain data, very important. They're not just random events. If you're smart, you use emotions to your benefit. You use them to solve problems, so they're very useful for problem solving. And then there's the third dimension, when you understand them. You understand that they are not some random events, that they have causes, and you can use them to your own advantage. And finally, if you are leading smartly, you manage your emotions and others' emotions, and you break this balance between reason and emotion. And now ask them to find something relevant from a book called World Class by Jim and Fennell. And these are some of the best examples that I found. What they found relevant was the importance of feedback in that book, the importance of training, and something called creating quality at speed, which means you need to, in order to solve things, you need to solve them at a certain speed and a certain rhythm. That makes problem solving efficient. And other things that I've identified in that book are the diversity of films, of teams, of building, combining people with youth and people with experience in team sports, and that learning needs to be fun. So this is an example of video comprehension I do with the class. I show them a video explaining team time trial in cycling, and I get them to think about it, that cycling is not just an individual sport, it's a team effort, because as I tell them, these people here, they work for the same team and they need to take turns at the front. So you always need fresh blood in order for teamwork to do the job. This is a quote from this professional cyclist that speaks about working in a team in sports. What I also show them are two examples. One from Any Given Sunday, it's Al Pacino delivering what is called a locker room speech. You may find it trivial, but says a lot about what kind of leader is sometimes needed. And here is a quote from that emotional speech he gives to the team. The team is losing at halftime. He feels like he needs to step up for them in order for them to win the game. You find out like this game of inches. On this team we fight for that inch, on this team we tear ourselves, and everyone else around us to beat us for that inch. It's from any given Sunday. And this other caption here, this is fiction, yeah, from a film. This one is from real life. This is the current coach of one of the most successful teams this year in the American Football League. He's called Dan Campbell. People have written about him, about his leadership skills. People really like this guy because he's really, really emotional and gets the team fired up. He's also a very good coach. And he says, and Mike, this is the rhetoric of a sports coach. Okay, so it's a bit informal. It's our core foundation, man. Grit. Grit means something like courage, to have guts. It's the 4th of July, so this is a very American word, American slang, yeah, grit. We need grit. And what does it mean in a nutshell? It means this. We'll go a little bit longer, we'll push a little harder, and we'll think a little deeper and a little sharper, says Dan Campbell. Okay, this is from the second lesson. Also at the end of this second lesson, I end the lesson with 3 examples of young leaders. So, yeah, I think that's what I do. Inspire the class with that. You don't only need seasoned leaders with a lot of experience. You also need these new guys, the fresh blood, to do something.